Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Randomania 3 for another exciting week of, yes, it hurts, but it's only a flesh wound. Here in the Zelda 1 Randomizer Battle Royale, Liquid Husband here alongside my commentary partner, the Shadesman. Welcome to the Zelda 1 Randomizer Battle Royale. This flesh wound flag set is something to behold.
Oh, absolutely, Liquid. It's going to be insane. Also, I have to make the joke. It's just a flesh wound. No, it isn't. Get over here, you pansy. But for those of you who are new here, here's what the rundown we've got. Helpful hints will be enabled. Mixed overworld. First quest dungeons. 8 Triforce entry. Ganon is not required. And the big ones, swordless, 0-hit KO. Prepare for pain.
Yeah, last week, Panzer Dave and I joked that we really didn't even need to watch the stream. We could just say, oh, he died, and we were pretty sure we were going to be correct most of the time.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I can imagine that. But we are getting the signal right now. So, ladies and gentlemen of Hyrule, I have one question for you this time. Are you ready for some rando?
If you're not, you're out of luck, because we are getting ready to go. The question who rolled, Fury, it was the same person who rolled last week. I'll put it that way.
And we're off. And right away, ooh, Wand on the Coast.
Oh, didn't even get a chance to say it. In these swordless seeds, the wand is priority item numero uno. But now I guess the ladder is, because you're going to have to dig that out somewhere in order to pick up the wand, but at least we know where it's at.
Indeed, indeed. Well, we found our first Ategenos room here, so RandomEffekt's going to get his candle. That'll allow him to spark dungeon hunting. Hopefully that'll pay off for him in the long run.
You'd have to think it will. I mean, finding these early candle, I mean, obviously it's not going to find it that sooner than everyone else. Ategenos is one screen away from it as well. Heart containers are useful simply for picking up the white sword item, but beyond that, not a whole lot of use to them.
On another Ategenos room for RandomEffekt, getting himself another heart container. This early on, and considering it's swordless, you're going to want as much health as you can get. You want to avoid the pain.
Well, the only problem is health really doesn't do you a whole lot of good. One hit,
that's
and you're done.
That is very true. You can have max health, or the full, what, I think it's like 18 health. Not going to make a difference.
Oh.
And just bombs for the artmost item.
That would be your white sword, folks. You know, in the grand scheme of things, more useful than... Oh, I say more useful, but there we are looking at that mixed overworld. Monaco Rock not opening up.
Not at all. That's not what he was hoping for there. But he's still going to keep looking. Again, they're looking for whatever they can.
Unfortunately, they've already found the Armos item. It left a little bit to be desired, but RandomEffekt has discovered a dungeon.
Not sure which one, though, yet.
Yeah. Yeah. One more added little wrinkle for this. The dungeon screen is not listed.
Yep, we'll have to wait until they receive the map or fill out enough of the dungeon for us to get an idea of which dungeon it may be. So they're going to have to play it smart here. They're hoping to find the ladder first, but given the fact that we don't know where it is, who knows? Oh, and Captain Green seems to have found a dungeon as well, and he's going to go digging.
Yeah. We are glad to discover Captain Green. He has found a Wizrope dungeon.
And takes an immediate death.
However, there was a staircase there, so probably worth trying to work his way through there.
Indeed, it looks like both of our other runners have also found the same dungeon, so we're going to be seeing some similar action here, almost in sync as RandomEffekt and Ategenos. Looks like CaptianGreen was trying to use pause strats to get to that staircase, but those spikes were not having it.
Yeah, it's a nasty spot for those. You got to be lined up just perfectly in that blacked out room, and it didn't work out for him. RandomEffekt, while he wasn't looking, taking a blue Wizro beam straight square into the subscapular area.
Yeah, thankfully RandomEffekt and Ategenos both have candles, so they can light up the room, making it a little easier to traverse, but not by much. And it doesn't exactly help when those spikes can snipe you at any time. Looks like Genos is going to go ahead and... just the heart container. And I can't even mark it on my tracker because I don't even know what dungeon this is yet.
What a slap in the face.
All that work and we don't even... And yeah, just for a heart container, completely useless in this case.
Question chat with the rules of the tourney. If by you mean what these are like miniature 10-person tournaments. Each one they run every week, and the person who finishes last gets eliminated until there's no one left. This one, you know, for example, is the benchmarks of it: swordless and one-hit KO.
Well, we found where the wood sword would be technically be hiding, but since obviously their wood sword is useless, it's just 2 candles, and everyone's already got it, so that room is completely pointless.
Yep. But as if the game wanted to make sure you knew just how trolly it could be. Hey, the wood sword's up in the far northeast corner. Ooh, there's a nice
7.
find.
7 rupees for bombs. That is going to be very cheap. And they're going to need those bombs, so that's going to be helpful.
Yeah, RandomEffekt being the first to find that out. Slight knowledge advantage for him in that regard. Looks like he's trying to get some rupees there or something. He's probably glad he didn't get any because he would have had to pay him out right away.
Yeah, getting hit with a whammy there.
I believe we are using first quest dungeon layouts.
Yep, that is what the rules state, which is why we can go without naming the dungeon numbers, because that way you can... Otherwise, and also why we have dark rooms. You can't have those in shapes.
Yeah, that was the giveaway for me, was the dark rooms.
Yeah, the only thing that's randomized in terms of the dungeons are, aside from the enemies, are what particular rooms are there, but the actual layout of the map is the same. 18 for the small secret, actually not too bad.
Yeah, it's a very agreeable small secret. And the fact that the dungeon numbers are hidden means that what room they're starting in is different, is shuffled from the standard, so it's, you know, it could be anywhere on the bottom row. Got Ategenos taking these take any roads and finding a lot of those second quest recorder spots. Unfortunately for him, they were kind of bunched up together, not really finding a whole lot of use in them.
RandomEffekt trying to use the candle to find some dungeon spots, but unfortunately, because it's mixed overworld, where you use the candle may not always be helpful here. Well, he gets another one. Let's see if this one pays off. Got another secret for Genos. 35 for the medium secret. Bit on the low end, but not terrible.
Yeah, it's above vanilla, and that's the one. I mean, everybody loves the massive large secret, but if you can get a solid medium secret, it really helps with the money in the seat, especially when we're looking at 7 rupees for bombs and 65 rupees for arrows. Very agreeable prices.
Raft is close to start. So we now know the location of the white sword item, and we know what it is. So that is going to be something we can keep in mind. And we don't know if the raft's going to be required, so that could come into play.
Yeah, I mean, it does unlock 2 potential overworld spots. Not nearly as many as the recorder or power bracelet may here in this mixed overworld.
131 for the large secret there for Genos. That is amazing. That is definitely going to be helpful there.
Bad stacks, and the question of Boomstick is not a possibility in this flag set. However, the wand is still far and away the most important item.
Genos has found the raft there, 1 screen above from start, and 4 hearts only. So it is low end on that one. That is a huge find. Hopefully Genos can put that to use, and that will come into play. But still.
Yeah. Hey, he's swimming in money right now, you know. Maybe you should go buy the blue ring. Oh wait. Half of 0 is still 0 as far as your defense goes.
And RandomEffekt has picked up his first Triforce. We do not know what dungeon he's in, but he got it.
If the pallets aren't swapped, that would be level 6. But
hard to say
like
for sure.
Pallets are swapped.
And we found Magic Sword, not too close, not too far from start either. But of course, this early on, and because it's not swordless seed, it's replaced with bombs. So a lot of hearts for a set of bombs, not a very good deal.
No, not at all.
Oh, and it looks like chat is confirming that is level 2 that they found.
Yeah, I was thinking that I don't have the Triforce map up right now. The one that I use, actually provided by the wonderful RandomEffekt, there on the top left of your screen, is the one that I'm using when I'm running a shapes or hidden dungeon. But that being level 2 means there is an item outside of a staircase somewhere if RandomEffekt can find it.
That's why he's digging back into it. He wants to find that item as quickly as possible. Manhandla threatens close to start. I believe that is level 3, I think?
That is level 3, in fact, so he just got a hint about level 3 as well. Well said, well spotted, Jay Coper.
It looks like Genos has found another. Oh, blue dark nut room. Not pleasant at all.
Red dark nut room, slightly less unpleasant.
Yeah.
And while Captain Green quietly saving, continuing back over on the coast, I feel like outside of recorder spots, we've explored most of that. RandomEffekt taking his cash and going and getting those cheap bombs.
Not a bad idea. Always good to stock up when you can. That way you can have your good supply in case you need to go hunting for bomb walls.
Yeah, Ategenos going ahead and buying the wooden arrows as well. He's got all that money and needs to do something with it. May even purchase a key while he's at it.
Yeah, not bad idea, considering money's pretty good. I mean, we've got a pretty generous seed money-wise, so it makes sense. And with the wood arrows, if he finds the bow first, that'll come into play. Remember, Gan is not required, but if you happen to come across him at level 9, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have that flush. You never know when you can come across a Goma block or two.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He knows that money is abundant.
Also, gotta love the our quote here for the money for the secret rooms. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yeah. Captain Green has found the hint, so he saw play a melody to obtain the boomerang. Gleok returns with the magic key, so the any key is in level 8. We need the recorder in order to get the boomerang. Aquamenus awaits with the power bracelet. So power bracelet is in level 1, one of the 2 items we'll find there. So we got half of the item layout of levels 8 and 1, and then mention of the recorder perhaps being required. I mean,
Yeah,
it's required to
it's
get the
looking that way.
boomerang, but that might mean it's required to get into the dungeon.
Exactly. So that's the thing. Well, we already know where both the sword locations are, so yeah, it's a pretty safe bet that that's going to be a dungeon. We just don't know which one. And it looks like, thanks to some help in the chat, we actually do know the location. We can confirm at least a few of the dungeons. We found level 8, level 4, level 2, and level 6.
So, odd dungeons, where you at out there?
That's a good question. Another medium secret there for RandomEffekt and a small secret for Captain Green. Still looking for dungeons so we can find more items, because at this point we've explored pretty much all the overworld items.
Yeah. This point, it's really just one, try to avoid any and everything you can, because anything you touch is instant death. And 2, just looking frantically for the ladder, because once we get the ladder, this seed will start to open up. Sometimes these I say it like it's a common flag set. These swordless one-hit KO races that we see so frequently, only the insane folks that are running it tonight, can take a while for things to get going, but once once somebody gets the wand, it starts to roll a little bit better at that point.
Yeah, as Fury SK points out in the chat, it's just really just a lot of death. And again, that's what you guys came to see. You guys came to see these guys struggle. You know, we know these guys are good runners. I've seen RandomEffekt in many races, so we want to see them. We want to see them sweat a little, right?
I mean, they know what they signed up for, so we should know what we signed up for in watching it. When this tournament got announced, the Swordless one at KO, thought up by Zarnax42, first guy I thought of was Ategenos. So I thought, man, I hope he comes around for this, because this is 100% right up his alley. This is the kind of crap he tries to pull on the rest of us all the time. And lo and behold, he was there. Next person I thought of was Panzer Dave, and he was actually signed up for this and then missed a flight and convinced Unos that he should be in it instead.
Also, we should comment, Genos has gotten himself the Triforce out of 2, and he's going to dig back in there to find the item.
Yeah. Find that item at all costs. It's not free, but it could be free. It could be sitting on the floor somewhere. And if it's the ladder, hello, beginning of the seed.
And now Captain Green picking up the Triforce in 2. So far, Triforce 2 has been the only one we've been able to find so far. But we still have not found any major items yet, aside from the Coast Heart. Though we do know the locations of the Power Bracelet and the Any Key. The Any Key will be a big one. If they get that hint, they might be hunting for that.
The Any Key is in level 8.
That's what I'm saying. If they know about it, they're going to be looking for it.
Captain Green knows, but that's about it.
Still, when he gets to level 8, he might stick around for a little bit and try to dig that out, because if you get that Any Key, especially when you get to level 9, looking for that is going to be huge. That way you don't have to worry about keys later on while you're hunting for Zelda.
Yeah. Any Key is definitely a tool for level 9.
Alright, RandomEffekt looks like he's heading up the coast here. He might be trying to make I believe he has the rat, so he might be going to play for one of those rat spots. Oh, he's got blue Lionels to deal with, and he makes it through.
Yeah.
Let's see if it was worth it, though.
Nope.
Well, to take any room, that's not too bad. That could be worse.
Yeah.
Not helpful in this case, but could be worse.
Didn't take anything from him. It just showed him some hearts that will do him no good, since he has the white sword item already. So unless he wants to go for that 12-heart magical bombs... Ategenos doing everything he can to leave those bombs on the floor in level 2. He's
wants
got
to save those in case he needs them later.
Room.
Yeah, he's saving those bombs because he might need those later.
He's wanting to clear out this room. I feel like he thinks this might be the item room. Red candle would certainly come in handy here.
Indeed. Oh, Captain Green found the map, but he does not pick it up.
How many of those wall masters are there gonna be?
No clue.
Eventually just gets a key. Oh, hey, there's Goma. Maybe Goma's hiding holding our item in level 2.
Well, let's hope not for their sake, because they do not have the bow, and only one of our runners even has arrows to speak of.
It's every moment that passes. Oh, or it could be ladder blocked.
Oh, this sea is not playing nice. Oh, now RandomEffekt getting the hints that we saw Captain Green get earlier. Yeah, I don't think we're getting the item out of 2. There's too many places it could be that's blocked. Again, Captain Green found a way through. Maybe he can get it.
It's nice that these Zulls are downgraded in HP so that you can take them out with the candle rather easily.
Yep, but only dropping bombs, so nothing there.
We'll call it the white sword.
In that case, it'd be white swords. White swords everywhere.
Ategenos finding the same fate in there. Oh, hey look, another potential ladder block.
Yeah, I think it's safe to assume that the ladder is going to be a very important item because we now have at least 2 potential places where we could be ladder blocked, including the wand.
Becomes difficult to pick up the to clear that room if the folks are hiding on the wrong side. Oh, the ladder's in level 2.
Oh!
Ategenos picked up the ladder. It was on the floor.
Lucky break for Genos. That is huge.
HN up and A, and we know exactly what's happening. He's about to rip this seed wide open.
Ladies and gentlemen, the run is on. Oh, and Goma creeps with the silver arrows.
All right, so silvers are in level 6. However, you know, Ganon not being required. Eh.
I didn't see the other hints that he got there. Those could also have been helpful. We don't know which ones he found. If any of you in the chat saw it, let us know.
Whew. I was too busy getting super hyped over the wand pickup by HN. But Captain Green's got his wand now as well. So level 2, where it's at.
Level 2 is the key, and poor RandomEffekt has no clue that the ladder's waiting for him there. He needs to get there. As our restreamer Noraisha points out, yeah, RandomEffekt is in big trouble right now because he does not know where that ladder is. So that means he's going to fall further and further behind the longer he goes without going back to level 2.
Yeah, Fury, we didn't see all the hints in that one shop that I believe RandomEffekt was in. We saw Goma creeps with the silver arrows. That was the only one that we got outside of our excitement over the wand.
And it looks like Fury's going to check for us here as we continue on. And now Ategenos is going to head back into one dungeon. Captain Green's going to head into the other. Now we're going to start seeing some serious dungeon plays now that both of them have a usable weapon.
And a ladder. And bombs that seem to do absolutely nothing for Ategenos. Those red dart nuts are beefy.
To say the least. Captain Green's having much better luck, though. He's had to use bombs because there's a lot of Wizrobes, and they do not take damage from the wand. So that's the one downside of this siege.
Okay. So the other two hints that RandomEffekt got were the magical boomerang in level 8 and the heart container in 4, which we saw earlier. We just didn't... we weren't 100% confirmed on that. We see a hint for the location of level 5. Dig Dugger gazes on Death Mountain. Captain Green discovering that information. So if 3 is recorder block, there's a decent chance that that is where the standard issue boomerang is.
I haven't found too many in the dungeon, so I think it's safe to assume that we're going to be heading up to Death Mountain at some point, because we know there's got to be something up there at this rate.
Yeah. At least one is up there at level 5, I believe it was, yeah. Level 5 somewhere on Death Mountain. As RandomEffekt enters another dungeon.
What a blue Goma block. Blue Goma, that's never fun to deal with. Oops, staircase for random. Is this an item? No, it is not. It's a transport.
Of course not.
So that pretty much means that that has to be one, either somewhere between levels 5 and 8. Oh, bomb upgrade there in that dungeon, but he does not have enough rupees, not even close. 123, those are expensive upgrades.
That is a steep upgrade for what could only be 2 bombs. However, when you're having to clear out a 3 Dodongo room 1 bomb at a time, maybe it's not the worst thing in the world to have a few extra.
That is very true.
RandomEffekt trying to get this clip here. Every time he seems to get it, the Goma says no thanks, and yep, picking up the magical key, so RandomEffekt is in 8, as discussed in chat.
Yep, that is confirmed. There, we know the magical key was in 8, so that means there's 2 items in there, and we know the other one is Lord Banana.
It is the one true nanner in level 8, the superior blue model.
My mistake.
Yes, silver arrows are in level 6. That was one of our hints earlier.
Oh, and RandomEffekt has found the letter.
Oh, hooray.
Completely useless in this seed.
Yeah, he picked... To be fair, he did pick it up, I believe it was him in last week's run. I don't know what good it did him. Shout out there in the bomb shop to Jay Coper, who is hanging out in chat with us.
Oh, and we found level 9 here for RandomEffekt.
All right.
And that's at the forgotten spot.
Hey, hope he doesn't forget about that. So, God help us if we ever get 8 Triforces, RandomEffekt knows where to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's the one that's furthest behind because he still has not been back to level 2 to get that ladder. He does not know that's where that needs to be. He needs to go for that.
Yeah. On the other hand, he is the first one that's really doing any serious exploration over there of the Death Mountain and Graveyard area. And Captain Green going ham on those fires with bombs, trying to, I guess, trying to force something out of them. Not really getting a whole lot of luck outside of a clock here and there. Captain Green finding that absurd bomb upgrade as well, and he's having second thoughts here. He picks it up, and it is the minimum 2 bombs.
Oh, that is a rip.
Whew. That's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah, no kidding. 123 rupees for 2 bombs. That is not what you want to see.
At this point, you just gotta roll with it, I guess. He's got more bombs than anybody else now, and he can wear that proudly, and hope he doesn't have to make too many other purchases.
And he's trying to slip in, try to get that any key, and he gets through. Now, as long as he didn't get sniped by a key, he's got his any key now.
And as we talked about earlier, the any key is a tremendous item for not having to worry about anything. You know, you get to the end of the game, you not want to have to worry about things like making sure you have keys. Level 9, you don't have to worry about, oh, can I go this way? Can I not go this way? I don't have keys. Just worry about the fact that you don't have bombs, because the bomb upgrade was only 2.
Indeed. Oh. Ategenos finds a transport staircase there, so again, we know that's somewhere between levels 5 and 8. I don't know which level that is specifically, because I cannot see the map.
Is it the silver dungeon? Oh no. That's 6.
Ah, so that's where the silver arrows are hiding, somewhere.
Yeah, that's level 6. Yeah, nice health pickups by 8gen there. That could help him later on in this dungeon.
It looks like Captain Green now still trying to search out that Triforce. And RandomEffekt now in another dungeon here that's not level 2. I don't know which dungeon that is, actually. Where is that to? Oh, sniped by the turret.
Death. At least now he knows what's in that room when he comes in.
It's also dungeon lag. Good lord.
A lot of moving parts on that screen. And I tell you, thank heavens that bubbles don't cause that one-hit KO damage.
Yeah, that would have made this nearly impossible to complete. Oh, sniped.
He doesn't even get credit for that kill. At least you want to be able to get out of the room and validate your defeat of whatever enemies you took out. Oh. Captain Green finding the Triforce room in level 8, and he's bombing around elsewhere. Not sure what he's looking for. He knows... Oh, wait. He doesn't know that the second item in 8 is the magic boomerang. That's the issue. Okay.
But he's got a Triforce. That's what counts. And I think Genos has found the item room here in 6, so he's going to be finding his silver arrows here shortly once he gets past that one last red dark nut.
If.
Ooh, and RandomEffekt getting double sniped. 2 boomerangs hit him at the exact same time, but it didn't matter. It only takes 1 to kill you.
Alright, so he does clear that beefy red dark nut out. And there's his silver arrows. Of course, leave it to the one guy who purchased arrows to.
Isn't that how it
be the
always
first
is?
one.
As soon as you buy the wood arrows, the next time you're gonna, at some point, you're guaranteed to find the silvers.
Yeah, and the reasoning behind that, you know, the way you have to, you know, tell yourself and logic your way through it is, hey, I just spent, you know, 60-something rupees to get the item that kills Ganon. I have to be happy about this. Just the same as saying, hey, I just spent 238 rupees to buy the red ring. So RandomEffekt finally clears that room out and discovers that's all there is to it.
Yeah, not even a bombable wall there. He's gonna have to search elsewhere. But there we go. And he finds a four-headed Gleeok.
Four-headed Gleeok in a room with water, you know, everybody's favorite. He doesn't have the ladder, so nasty.
Instead, he's gonna deal with this room full of wires and more lag. And you got turrets to boot. That is a deadly combination. And Captain Green has finally found the superior model. And he is done.
Alright, well played, Captain
all that
Green.
work for nothing.
That's a lot of level 8. He did get his Triforce, so that's nice, at least.
We got a hint here for Genos. Goria grumbles in the dead woods, and right next to it is the Triforce.
So that's our hint about level 7. Being in the dead woods, so Genos clearing out level 6, that's huge because that's a very labor-intensive dungeon a lot of times in Randomizer. You can say that again, Jacob, or RandomEffekt in a bad way here. Stuck in a dungeon.
He needs that wand.
Yeah, stuck in a dungeon that's not going to get him any closer to picking up his wand. These are some absolutely dreadful rooms to start this dungeon.
Yeah, RandomEffekt decides to say, screw it and just move on. Here are three fires are a lot easier to deal with than like 8, so.
Yeah, no kidding.
And ladder blocked.
Oh,
with a Gleeok to boot.
Oh, another water Gleeok. Things didn't get any better. Oh, hey, and now here's Manhandle with no bombs.
And this dungeon is just torture.
And there's no guarantee that there's anything of use here. Chances are, I mean, the bow is very much in play. Beyond that, we're not looking at a ton of useful items remaining. You know, since things like the white sword and the red ring, and you know, those join the ranks of the book and the boomerangs.
No kidding, yeah. You can only get so many good items out of this run, so unfortunately, whatever is in here is likely not going to be very helpful. It's just a matter of getting the Triforce at this point. Well, at least for Genos and Captain Green it is. RandomEffekt really needs to get that wand, and how. Possibly the only other good item to get would be the boomerang, but you need arrows, or not the boomerang, the bow, but you need arrows for that. And he does not have the wood or silver arrows, so he's pretty much screwed either way which goes.
Hey, but he did pick up a nice key there, bringing his total from A to A. He's going to want to get these bombs at least.
Yeah, but once again, no bow, so that Goma is blocking him potentially.
Yeah, just get the bombs and get out. We see Ategenos in the same dungeon, however, he's a little more well-equipped to handle it, what with the ladder and wand.
Oh, Goma blocking a staircase here. Is this our item? No, just transport.
Ategenos would love to see the bow here. Seeing as how he possesses the silver arrows and all.
Oh, sniped.
Nanner to the face. Happens to the best of us, the worst of us, all of us, really.
And ironically, all three of our runners in the exact same dungeon here.
All getting to feel the lovely effects of that Gleeok on water, the NSU room. At least there's, you know, somewhat a way around it. The Gleeok in the Chevy room, as it's affectionately known. That's one of the worst possible things you could come across here in what is shaping up to be a rather painful dungeon. Level 7, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's pretty close to level 6, so I believe that is. And neither of these Gleeoks being nice to our runners here. Both Captain Green and Genos, even with the ladder, just cannot get past these Gleeoks to get through.
Ategenos is getting close to clearing out this Vire room. Can he pull it off?
He's gonna reset it to make sure he doesn't lose the kills he's got. Just got one last fire in his way. There he goes.
All right, let's see what. Well, he has the having the compass. He knows that the Triforce is on this long, lonesome road across the bottom of level 7.
Yeah, but he also might be looking out for an item because, again, that bow is still out there. And even if Gan is not required, you know, having an extra ranged attack certainly would not hurt.
Oh, no. Especially not one that does 4 HP damage. And makes a mockery of any Pole's voice that may be out there. There was a play a melody hint. It referred to the boomerang, but we do know that level 3, or we've deduced that level 3 is recorder blocked. That doesn't mean that another dungeon isn't. You know, it's a free country. We could have 2 recorder blocked dungeons. A man can dream, Fury.
Ooh, clutch dodge there by Genos, dodging that boomerang from that blue gorilla. Now he's got to watch out for those wall masters.
Oh, yeah, but wait, there's more.
Yeah, we didn't see those until now. Nobody was in that room long enough.
Nobody, you know, in true Monty Python fashion, nobody expects the Wallmaster Inquisition.
Got a room full of wall masters here for Genos. By a lake is an entrance to death. That's our clue for level 9, but we've already found that. There's the Triforce.
Everyone's favorite location hint, by a lake, narrows it down to just about 50% of Hyrule instead of 100%. Now we've got the devious minds in chat trying to figure out just how blocked the remaining dungeons could possibly be. We have to find the recorder. You know, at least one of them cannot be recorder blocked unless the recorder was in level 7 and we just never found it. I should watch what I say. You know. RandomEffekt is probably feeling that way now, just wishing he knew where the freaking ladder was.
Also, neither of our graveyard spots are usable, so we have no secret pass in the graveyard here.
Not with a push, no. We might find one with a whistle. Hyrulean tax collectors keep taking money from Ategenos, they should have plenty to fund whatever sort of secret projects they might have in their black budget.
If I did my count right, it looks like 13 rupees per whammy there.
That's a nice one, at least.
Yep, 13. Counted correctly. Oh, 23. Oh, that's...
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, in 157, it went down to
that.
134. That makes it sting a little bit more.
Just a tad. Agreed, Norris. Trying to math on Twitch, never a good idea.
The most math I ever do on Twitch is counting on 2 fingers how many viewers I have. So
I know the feeling.
So I can't really vouch for much beyond that. But I do know that we are rapidly approaching 45 minutes into the seed, and even for the guys who have the wand, it's moving a little slowly now. Did Captain Green just find our elusive level 5?
It's a good possibility here. And as I suspected, it's deep up in Death Mountain.
And he just used that funky hitbox of the wand to fling a dark nut right into his face.
Goma creeps in the dead woods. Pretty sure we found that one already. Oh, Malagord, you troll! Says, hopefully bow guarded by 8 blue whiz robes. You evil man, you.
Yeah, that's nasty. But RandomEffekt, like I said, he's hot on the trail of level 5. If he can find that hint, I would almost wish we had his stream pulled up to see how hard he smacks his head. But at least he'll know. Knowing is half the battle.
Got a little bit of a high five action here from RandomEffekt and Genos as they both find level 5. Fortunately, RandomEffekt, because he does not have the ladder, he can't really explore too much. Digdogger gazes with the recorder.
Wow, so it's in here. The recorder's in here somewhere. A lot of nice hints in here.
And it looks like Genos just found level 1, also on Death Mountain.
Just so you know, we just discovered if you die in an old man hint room, the text turns red. Thanks, Captain Green, for that quick learning lesson.
Alright, so Genos is going to be exploring level 1 here. He's going to be looking out. He knows there's 2 items in here. And one of them is guaranteed to be the power bracelet. We do not know what the other one is. That could be something big.
Meanwhile, RandomEffekt doing what we all suspected he would do. We did get a recorder hint, Jay Coper. They're in level 5. Giving away all its secrets, said Digdogger gazes with the recorder.
It looks like RandomEffekt trying to figure out his options here. I think he's finally realized how lost he is.
Well, he got that hint for what was in level 2, and knows he has to take the old "do not pass go, do not collect $200" mentality in getting back there to find that ladder, so that he can begin playing the game.
Indeed, and Captain Green has found the recorder.
Man, Captain Green making the big plays. Agent's got more Triforces than him, but Captain Green's got Got some solid knowledge going right now.
Indeed. Plus, he's got the items, and Genos finding the map to level 1. It's gonna allow him to figure out where he's going here. Oh, and there's the compass to boot.
RandomEffekt.
Ooh.
Trying to fill up his inventory takes a death. Man, for a small dungeon that has multiple items, level 1's not giving away any secrets here.
No, it is not. Let's see if you find something here. Gotta take out that blue gorilla, but it's not playing nice. There we go. And there's the power bracelet. Now he needs to find the other item room.
So we still have to, we're still left wondering what else is in here. Oh, and he walks out before the bomb explodes.
He had to move out because that Viro was right next to him. That was a big risk. Can't say I blame him on this one.
Alright.
But he's getting through. Let's see. Oh, there it is. He's got clip on through. What's the other item in 1?
It is the bow!
The bow!
In its normal spot, too, Fred, come on!
Fred! And he has the silver arrow, so that is a huge find for Ategenos.
Yeah. Yeah, he can pretty much just wreak havoc on everything that outside of Wizrobes at this point. Having those silver arrows, 4 HP damage, projectile item, and he's got 240 some odd rupees, so it's not like he's gonna run out anytime soon.
To answer your question, Lori, he found it in level 1. It was the drop item, so yeah, he's got both the power bracelet and the bow. He's just gonna run over and grab the Triforce here. Oh, and it's guarded by a Patra.
Just gonna go over there real quick and just grab that Triforce. No big deal, no big deal. No, you know, real simple. It's level 1, you know. Maybe a Gorilla or 2 or something like that. Maybe some gels guarding it. Oh wait, here's Patra.
Oh, one of the worst bosses in the game.
Good thing you got that wand there, buddy.
And worse yet, as Fury points out, it's a beefy Patra too. These things are not going down easy. So as if you didn't have to, if it wasn't bad enough having to deal with a Patra in and of itself, it's a beefed up Patra to boot.
Alright, so...
There we go, just gotta finish
dispatches
this
the
guy off.
satellites.
And there's the Triforce in 1 for Ategenos.
And gets $5 for his trouble while he's there. Seems fair.
But now with that bow, that's gonna open up a lot for him, because there's a lot of Gomas in this seed, so that's gonna be big.
Yeah. And he's the only one that can combat them at this point.
He's gonna head right back into 5, see if he can dig out that recorder. I don't think he knows it's there. If he didn't, I don't think he got the hint, but he is definitely gonna be looking for what's here.
No, Laurie, no Triforce in 5 yet for Captain Green. He pulled up his map earlier and he only had 2 triangles.
You can see that those arrows really start to come into play here for Ategenos now with the bow in play. He immediately finds the recorder.
Yeah. That is... We all love the wand in Swordless, and Jay Coper said it earlier, said it well. Probably a bigger swing item than any other item in any other category. However, you know, you sleep it on that bow and silver arrows a little bit, man, you can just tear through some enemies with that sucker, especially in a bunny-heavy seed like this.
Bunny and Goma-heavy seed to boot. He is in a very good position right now, as Captain Green has defeated Patra, but he's going to keep digging because he has not found the items in here. Django dwells near the desert. Well, we already know that, and we know what's waiting for it there, so he does not need that. It looks like Captain Green's trying to dig out the items. He has not found either the power bracelet or the bow. He wants to get those, especially the bow, if he wants to get through the seed quickly enough.
Yeah. RandomEffekt, one screen away from the Triforce in 8. He goes in a slightly different direction. Of course, it's possible that he's unaware that the other item in 8 is the magic boomerang. Or maybe he really wants it. Also seems unlikely.
No, he's decided to give up on that. He's got his ladder, he's getting his Triforce, and getting out of Dodge. At this point, I'm pretty sure both Captain Green and Ategenos can confirm that Power Bracelet nor Recorder are required, as all dungeons have been found accessible.
We haven't been in level 3 yet.
Oh, fair point. Well, someone had, or no, never mind.
We know where it's at, but nobody's been there.
Fair point.
Jay Coper did some sleuthing for us and narrowed it down. It is in a recorder spot. One of those.
Oh, we got a dig. Oh, got a dig dogger, but thankfully Genos does have the recorder, so he can dig fast it. Where those silver arrows just blazes through it.
Yeah, just gotta take one of the little guys out and then walk back in, pick up your Triforce, and just like that, Ategenos is more than halfway through clearing out the Triforce of Wisdom.
Yeah.
He technically doesn't know where level 9 is, but he's running out of places that it could possibly be at this point, so I'm sure he'll find it soon enough.
Indeed. Yeah, at this point, it looks like Ategenos is gonna is running away with this race here at the rate he's going. Though Captain Green is giving him a run. He's right behind him.
Yeah, I mean, Captain Green's got solid bits of information. He's a little behind on the Triforce count, but not by a tremendous amount. Captain Green, hey, I'm not sure he made it all the way up there yet or not.
No, he's going there now. He's just now in the room. Just has to be careful not to die to these blue gorillas.
Alright, so Captain Green has the bow. He has nothing to use with it, but that's a minor inconvenience at the time.
He's got 160 rupees. He's got more than enough to buy those arrows once he gets to a shop, and he's right there by one, so he's going to go ahead and grab that real quick.
It's like Ategenos is heading over there to check some power bracelet spots up on Death Mountain, and sees no use.
Not this time, my friend. Keep trying.
Oh, the joys of mixed overworld. You may or may not find this useful. Yeah.
And Captain Green now back in 5.
I think you're correct, Fury. I don't think that 8gen knows that did not get that play a melody to obtain the boomerang. We did get multiple hints about the location, about level 3. That was, 56 minutes ago, probably. Oh, and he finds that large secret when he was only about 20 or 30 rupees away from max.
And he finds another secret, most likely a medium one, right next door. Probably would have been happier with that over the big secret.
Yeah. But chances are he's not going to need another 255 rupees for the rest of the seed. His priority right now does appear to be trying to locate level 3.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's looking in the exact wrong area. He needs to warp back to probably level... I'd say level 2 is probably the closest one.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's kind of a bit of a walk around from there, but in sheer number of spots, yes, definitely so. But you gotta love those deaths when you do the recorder. Lands you know,
right there on the enemy.
Tough luck. Sorry about your luck.
Oh, and RandomEffekt now taking on that Patra. Not a pleasant sight.
Yeah, and it you know, it doesn't make the Patra any harder per se, but just knowing that if you screw up and touch it one time, you gotta do the whole thing all over again, adds that extra level of apprehension that nobody wants.
And I think he's just discovered the location there. There it is. There's level 3.
The lovely lavender layout. For HN, he is hoping for a quick Triforce and get out of there. Maybe pick up a few keys. You know.
Yeah, because he's the only one who hasn't found the any key. Oh, and I've got to shoot. Yeah, unfortunately, Genos is the only one who did not grab the any key out of level 8, so he is going to have to watch his resources here much more close than the others. That could come back to haunt him later.
True. Now, there's always the possibility he finds it, because he still has to go back. He still has to go to level 8 to get the Triforce. But for the time being, yeah, he's short on.
Oh, looks like we found the item room here. What do we got? Oh, there's Lord Banana, as we suspected. At this point, I think the only item we have not confirmed is level 7, if I'm looking at my tracker right.
Yeah, still at large are the book, the red ring, and the red candle. And any of those could be in level 9, so we can't narrow it down any more than that. But
CaptianGreen picking up his Triforce out of 5 now. That puts him at the halfway point, and it looks like RandomEffekt still looking for those items. He needs to go up. Now that he's got the map, he'll know where to go.
Yeah, and I gotta think with the Triforce being where it is in level 7, that those, you know, Ategenos obviously isn't going to go there for it, but I don't think anyone else is going to be looking for anything other than that Triforce in level 7 as soon as they find that compass.
Yeah, and Genos, Genos already got the Triforce in 7. He knows he doesn't need it. And again, with the items at stake here, aside from maybe the red candle, there's the Triforce in 3, but he's still gonna, I don't know what he's looking for. He's already got everything. He's got the item. Grab the Triforce and go.
You might check in to see if there's a key around, maybe.
Well, I guess that's true.
That's about it. That's about the only thing I could think. See if there was a key to be had, an easy key. Because for all he knows, the any key is in level 9 and he'll never see it.
Stranger things have happened, I'll admit. So that's the Triforce for 3 for Ategenos. So all he needs to look for now is to get to level 4, get back to level 4, and then which is in the upper right. But it looks like he might be looking for level 2, or no, level 8 actually. But first, he's going to stock up on maybe a couple keys. No, never mind.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Ategenos ever saw those hints up at the waterfall that everyone else, that the other two runners saw. So that could be why one of the reasons he doesn't know where the any key is located. Obviously, he has a significant Triforce advantage, but we could be seeing a situation where he is completely out of information at this point.
That's true, but he does have. Thankfully, the two levels he's got to complete are right next to each other. Level 4 and level 8 are not too far apart from each other, so that shouldn't take. Once he gets back up there, it won't take him long to catch back up.
That death might be a good thing. If it leads him to go in a different direction after he starts back up here.
He needs to go up.
He's going to use his recorder.
Yep, that's going to take him further away. There's no dungeons other than those two close to each other. So he's going the absolute wrong way. I don't know what he's looking for.
He's looking to donate some rupees to the local tax collector.
Well, the guy gotta pay his taxes, right?
Yep. Death is definitely a certainty in this flag set, so taxes may as well be it also.
Captain Green now back in level 6. He still hasn't collected that Triforce, so he could use that. Oh, sniped! Sniped by the Moblin.
Never a good feeling.
RandomEffekt over there, he's picking up the recorder.
He's got his recorder, nice find. Obviously, something we know is required. And here as we get to 65 minutes into the siege, Shades, you got an item rundown for us?
Yeah, I believe I do. Here's what we know so far. Our most item is what normally would be the white sword, but obviously we don't have that, so it's bombs. Coast item was the wand. White sword item was the raft. Level 1 had the power bracelet and the bow. Level 2 has the ladder. Level 3, Lord Banana. Level 4, the heart container. Level 5, the recorder. Level 6, the silver arrows. We do not know what's in level 7 as of yet. Level 8 has the any key and the magic boomerang. And we do not know what's in level 9 as of yet.
Yeah. Looks like Ategen's about to discover the location of level 9 if he can get past these rocks. He was probably excited to see the walking into a dungeon animation, thinking, alright, I've got level 4 or level 8, and no, here's level 9 for you. Yes, level 8 is a very magical dungeon, J-Durg. You would be wise to take note of that.
Nope. Looks like Genos was going to use the whistle, or the recorder, but it looks like he's contemplating his option. I think he's checking for dungeons or checking for any secrets here in the desert, but he's not having any luck.
Yeah. It's entirely possible that he did not discover these dungeons because I gotta be honest with you. I was watching 3 guys at the start. Those were 2 dungeons we haven't seen in a while.
Oh, but he found level 8.
Yep, there's 8. So he's got one of them. And for a level 8, it's not particularly long. And he would, it would behoove him to go ahead and use that key there. Oh, look at this tough guy killing the blue Goma.
Yeah. Doesn't need to, but he's gonna do it and prove his stuff. Nicely done. I think. No, this was the transporter. This wasn't where the key was.
Yeah, there was a Goma in the room with the magic key. Don't look now, but RandomEffekt creeping up on Captain Green picks up another Triforce.
Yeah, we've got a race, ladies and gentlemen. RandomEffekt might be able to come back from this race. He's been in a deficit for quite a while now, but now he's got the bow, he's got the wand, he just needs to get some arrows, and he's in good shape. Yeah, he hasn't been level 6, so he can still find those silvers. Ategenos now picking up that bomb upgrade. Not going to be much help, but a couple extra bombs can make the difference. You never know.
Yeah. If it means he goes and checks the bomb spot that is level 4, hey, that's 120-something rupees well spent. Here's
there's the mini key location. Just got to get past this Red Goma here. But thankfully, Red Gomas go down in one hit. Down he goes. And now he's a happy man.
That is a fair point, Coper. We haven't seen a ton of Wizrobes. I think a lot of them were in 4. I have to feel like they were, because I haven't seen them much of anywhere else. Maybe they were.
Yeah, you know what that means. They're going to show up in 9.
Yeah, they'll be everywhere in 9. Yeah, I have very little reservations about that.
And Captain Green has found his way to level 3. Yeah,
Ategenos using that bow and arrows, probably thinking he's doing a fantastic job in level 8, not realizing that really he just needs to go up.
Well, you got the bow, might as well shoot it. It's like having a hammer. When you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail. That'll help a little bit.
Okay, now he's on the right path. He's just one room away now from the Triforce in 8.
Yeah, but he's going to check the other 2 rooms first. There's so many bomb walls.
Yep, every single runner went into that room on the right. Just had to check it out. Had to know. It does have a bomb drop in it, so that's nice.
There's the Triforce for 8. Now all he needs to do is, if he's smart, he'll go 2 screens to the right, and he will be on his way to the end.
Will it be easier said than done? Nope. He seems to be headed straight over there. He has bombed that one, so he's been in there, so that's good to know.
Yep, he was just trying to make sure he had all the other levels that he didn't know about. And ironically, he's following up right behind RandomEffekt, who's also in 4.
Yeah. Only difference is they will have a slight diversion after this level 4. Nothing like trying to get around a bunch of Wizrobes in a maze room.
Amen to that.
Only to find more Wizrobes in their angry blue version, cousins.
Yeah. Whoa, jeez.
Those dodges. The jukes.
If you can dodge a Wizrobe, you can dodge a ball.
Yep. I may need to recruit 8-Gen for my Tecmo Super Bowl runs. Get some Bo Jackson action out of him there.
Amen to that. So now it's a matter of just finding out where the Triforce of 4 is. It's the one Triforce that none of our runners have found thus far. So we don't know when they'll inevitably find it.
Yeah, they're just hoping it's not in one of these rooms with Wizrobes in it. Oh,
you get the next
Shutter door.
Shutter door with a whole bunch of Wizrobes. Now that rude emote comes into play there, J-Dirk. That is rude.
Stuck in a closet with 3 blue wizrobes. No thank you. Obviously, yeah, 4 does have fewer rooms, but it has a couple of, you know, especially early in the dungeon, it has a couple of those potential choke points where there's only one way to go. That always hurts. Did RandomEffekt just kill himself?
I have no idea, but Genos just certainly died.
I feel like we may have seen a candle to the face. Yeah, we could see a ton of leaving a room and coming back in these multi-enemy rooms to see who spawns first. I'm totally with you, J-Dirk. These may be the most enjoyable seeds to watch other people play.
More blue Rizros, but still no location of that Triforce.
One of the blue wizard's rooms had a key on the floor. I don't know if it was that one or not.
And of course, Genos is going to go up because he does not want to go left again after what happened last time. There's the map. That'll help.
In case you were needing to remember just exactly what level 4 looked like. I'm 100% on board with purchasing the big shield and these one-hit KO seeds.
Hey, we found the Triforce!
Can he get through there?
Ladies and gentlemen, 8 Genos is on his way to level 9, and here's the kicker. Again, Ganon is not required, so the only thing he has to look for is for the princess herself. So it's only a matter of time.
Yeah. HN really sitting pretty now. Especially considering...
Yeah, and I think I have to make this call, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you check your watches, your phones, your timekeeping devices at this time, you will discover that 8 Genos currently has Gomo time. And right immediately afterward, RandomEffekt gets his Triforce in 4, but he's still got a ways to go. Thankfully, Genos just recently finding 9. He probably knows where to go. He just has to figure out how to get there.
Yep. He is scrolling straight over to the forgotten spot.
He's gonna dodge those cabbages.
Alright, may he never leave level 9 again.
He's got 10 bombs, he's got the magic key. I mean, in good shape here, and already finds a staircase. Bear in mind, there are 2 item staircases and 6 sets of transport staircases for a total of 14 staircases, so it is very easy to get lost. Do not count our other runners out yet, though they have a huge deficit to make up for if they have any chance of catching up here.
Yeah. RandomEffekt looking to dip into level 3, and I gotta feel like he's gonna pick up level 3's Triforce faster than Captain Green is gonna be picking up his next Triforce. It's certainly, you know, kind of a walk in the park compared to digging that Triforce out of level 4.
Indeed, and we can also confirm one of the 2 items in level 9 is the red candle. Genos has found it. I don't think he picked it up, but nonetheless, he has it.
Yeah, if he didn't have the silver arrows, maybe the candle would be a nice pickup. But he's got a far superior ranged weapon at this point.
There's another staircase there for Genos, most likely a transport, checking for a bomb hole. And there's the, yep, indeed it is in transport, so he's going to be on the lookout. Again, at this point, all he's looking for is to find Zelda. He is not worried about Ganon, he's not worried about anything else, though if he finds the compass, he certainly will not complain about that. There are hint rooms that could tell him, that could potentially tell him where the compass is, as well as where the princess is. So bear in mind, what is something we have not seen at all in this seed as Genos takes a death?
Bait block.
not just a bait block, but that is definitely one of them. We also have not seen
toll rooms.
Yeah, we've not seen a toll room at all. Either one of those could still pop up in this dungeon, and that could cost them not just having to deal with that either one of those, but having one of those replace the hint rooms could cost them a valuable hint that they could have used.
Yep. And as we suspected, Wizrobe's in level 9.
Yeah, we called it. Clever use of the room reset to get rid of that blue Wizrobe and replace it with a Pole's voice, which is a little bit easier to kill for him. And oh, we got another shoot room.
That is not a nice one.
No. Oh, that blue Wizrobe was gunning for him.
Yeah, you just gotta go to the nearest door you can get to sometimes. And I gotta be honest with you, Shades, I don't see us finishing this one in an hour and a half like last week.
Well, we might get lucky, because we've already explored a good amount of level 9 so far, but we're definitely not finishing this entire... All four of three of our runners are not finishing it.
Yeah, we kind of got handled with kid gloves last week.
Oh, hi, Patra. Whoa. Right there at the door. That's not a pleasant sight. Lucky he didn't get sneak attacked on that one.
Yeah, I really don't recall anyone asking Patra to come back and do a second set, but who's going to tell him no?
And yeah, as I suspected, Wizrobes everywhere in this dungeon. Level 9 is brutal. Basically, what they're going to be, Genos is going to be looking for is a shutter door that, even with enemies in the room, automatically opens. That is the location of Zelda. If he finds that, it's over. Though, to be fair, when this dungeon being as dark as it is, that's hard to tell. Well, I've been informed that, yeah, in this case, actually, no, they can find Zelda behind a regular door, so that is not going to be the helpful there. Normally, that is how it works, but since so many different seed varieties, I'm so used to the regular setup.
I mean, it's nice that Ganon's not required, but the downside to it is that you don't automatically know where the princess is.
And hello again, Patra.
Meanwhile, Captain Green picking up another Triforce. I believe he just got the Triforce out of 6. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that was 6. So both Captain Green and RandomEffekt trying their best to catch up. Level 9 is the great equalizer, but with this big of a deficit, it's going to be a heck of a time. Because bear in mind, they still have to do as much digging as Genos is doing.
Yeah. Most likely at least as much left of level 9 as he has. Well, interesting to note, Captain Green did not pick out the item in level 6, so he is short the silver arrows.
Yeah, if he does run into Ganon, that might cost him time, because he'll have to up A back to start, and that might throw him way off track. You know, thinking about it, there is one distinct possibility that Ganon could be required. Because there is still the possibility that Ganon is guarding the door that Zelda's behind, if the logic just happens to set up that way.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
Highly unlikely, but always possible. That may be true, Jay Coper, but if it's a Ganon fight, he may be vulnerable to the wand, but he still has to have the silver arrows to finish the job. That shouldn't change.
Oh,
We're talking about...
let's talk about Captain Green, sorry.
Captain Green and RandomEffekt, they do not have the silvers yet, so... If RandomEffekt gets him, he'll be fine, but Captain Green, he's not going back to 6. If he ends up coming across Ganon and he's guarding Zelda, that could be trouble. I'll admit, I'm not the biggest Zelda 1 expert, but I know at least that much. Thorwolf, in a word, nuts.
Yeah, as swordless one-hit KO seeds could go, it hasn't been terrible, but certainly a lot more nerve-wracking than last week's.
Oh, and Genos finally takes a death in 9.
That was a good run. And my wish is for him to never leave level 6, or never leave level 9 unfounded, but fortunately there is a bomb shop nearby. Pretty sure that's... Oh,
but he takes a hit. So now he's got to take the long way back.
Yeah, that is a bomb shop, I'm pretty sure, just one screen over, so that's nice at least.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to warp back. The closest he can go to might actually be level 1, or level 1 or 2 at the best. Maybe, well, actually no, level 3 is pretty close.
Yeah, 3 would be the shortest distance, maybe not, it's, yeah, both... probably tied about as the crow flies, but as far as the Link walks, it's definitely the closest.
And in fact, now getting his Triforce out of 6, he's actually passed up Captain Green. He's only 1 Triforce away. He just needs to go back and finish level 7, and he is good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, so as soon as he had the Triforce out of level 4, at that point I kind of felt like RandomEffekt had a bit of a lead on Captain Green, just knowing how much effort went into digging that Triforce out, and knowing that Captain Green still has to do that.
Ooh, clutch dodging there by Genos. Those cabbages not playing nice with him at all.
Some clutch dodging going on by Captain Green as well down at the bottom of your screen, fighting a Gleeok in yet another one of those ladder required rooms. Yeah, RandomEffekt picking up that Triforce in 7, picking up the compass in 7, knowing just exactly where he's got to go. It's just on that second row of level 7 that stretches seemingly all the way across the screen. But is getting there more difficult than it seems?
Well, all they gotta do is get past this two-headed Gleeok. Because RandomEffekt is right there. He just has to kill this Gleeok, and he is on his way to 9. He could catch up and take the whole race. What a comeback if that's the case.
Yeah.
Because RandomEffekt,
he's just a fantastic player. There's no two ways about it.
no, absolutely not. I've seen RandomEffekt in many races before. He's one of the few guys I have followed quite a bit. So to see him make a comeback like this does not surprise me, but it is still always awesome to see.
Yep, and drops down into the water. Full death. 8gen, meanwhile, trying to clip across here.
Yep.
He's finally in some uncharted territory in this level 9, which is nice. And lo
not
and
just
behold,
uncharted, we got a winner, ladies and gentlemen. Ategenos has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 1 second.
Just like that, it's in the net, folks.
What a surprise!
What a long drudge through level 9, then all of a sudden, boom! There's your princess. Managed to avoid the pig. Well done by Ategenos, and he is on his way to the finals next week.
Indeed. You know, for all you wrestling fans, looks like an RKO out of nowhere!
And, meanwhile, we have already been joined here in the commentary booth with our winner/loser, Ategenos. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, I think.
How do you feel after that? That scene was rough.
Well, you never want to start on the screen below the ladder item and it be the wand.
Yeah, that's, right out of the gate, 9 seconds in, you guys know where the wand is. How does that affect the way you play one of these swordless seeds?
Well, knowing that the wand is on the on that particular place, the first thing you want to do is obviously find your Armos item, which in this ended up being bombs, which was actually helpful, especially in swordless. Bombs are nice, but a ladder would have been much nicer. So then after that, you're kind of hoping to run into the white sword item, which was the raft. Yay, completely worthless. And so after that, it's like, okay, well, let's find dungeons and see what we can do. And it just so happened level 2 had the ladder, and from there it kind of went from where it was. Obviously, it took me forever to find dungeons, but I'm glad I dug level 1 for the bow, because the silver arrows were fantastic. And then the recorder being in 5, which you needed the recorder for the Triforce, which was kind of interesting. But so it forced you to get it anyways. But I knew level 3 was the recorder spot from the hint in level 2. I cleared everything else, so it had to be the recorder spot there by start. So I knew I needed to get that. So once I found that, I was pretty much in go mode, except for apparently I died on the screen where level 8 was earlier, and it took me forever to get back there.
Ah.
Yeah, we noticed that. That explains why you were having trouble finding it, because it was like, that was the one level we knew you didn't have yet. But thankfully you found it, and then as soon as you finished that, you went right back to level 4, finished that up. And then came level 9, which, whoo boy.
Yeah. That's, the orange whiz robes being 2 bombs is rough, and I don't think I saw a viral room. So I wasn't doing a good job of counting, but it didn't matter too much anyways, because everything is Pulse Voice or in a really bad room to try to force a bomb. So luckily there was that fantastic bomb shop that I didn't find at the end of the game, right there by level 9.
Yes,
and
right by it.
Oh, RandomEffekt taking a death to the Cleog. He was right there at the Triforce, and he's got to go back.
Ugh.
Yeah, some of these levels were level 4 especially was not very kind. Level 7 was kind of the same way. There's a lot of stuff you got to move around in there that makes it really crappy. But yeah, I don't know.
Funny you say that. We both of our remaining runners have 1 Triforce left to pick up. One of them needs the Triforce from 4. The other one needs it out of 7.
Nice. Yeah, I felt like I got fairly lucky with my Triforce pickups and Compass finds. I like 8, I full cleared almost, but it was at the top anyways, and I found the any key, which, God, that was a godsend, because would have loved to have that way earlier in the seed, but those 2 keys that I bought at the very beginning, I don't regret it one bit. Without them, I would have been key blocked, and I would have been screwed, because I was down to 0 keys at one point after buying those, so.
Yeah, well, you're fortunate enough not to have had to spend any money on arrows, for example.
I did. I bought arrows.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's right. You did. I take that back.
I bought arrows and then 2 keys.
Yeah, RandomEffekt's the only one who hasn't gotten arrows yet, though he does have the bow. Also, we should know CaptianGreen has finally gotten his last Triforce. He is on his way to 9.
Has he seen level
9? Hard to say for sure. I think he's in the general vicinity.
Yeah, I know RandomEffekt's seen level 9. I just don't know if Captain Green has or not.
Yeah, I mean, going to what Jake Hopper's saying in chat, I died on that screen, on level 8 screen, super early. And that, again, I had no keys. And I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm going to buy some keys. And that ended up being the right choice for me. But getting the any key early is a huge thing. But I assumed that I found the ladder before probably anybody else.
Yeah.
You were pretty much the first one, but not by much. I think Captain Green found it not too long after you did. It was only RandomEffekt was the only one who did not find the ladder until way later on. He had to get a hint to find out where the ladder was, and that cost him a lot of time. The fact that he's as close to the finishing as he is quite frankly a miracle.
Yeah, he's pretty good at late game comebacks for sure.
Yeah, he's working on farming some bombs outside of 7 right now, as Captain Green works his way into level 9 now. Looking back on that 9, do you feel like there was a more efficient way to go about that maybe Captain Green could try to employ here?
If you go left from that Lamola room that he was just in, and go down, which is the room I died in, I think that you could get to a room from there. Obviously, the way I went is not correct, because you don't have to clip, but, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a nice ladder clip to seal the deal there. But obviously, yeah, there's some other way around that, and I hope for RandomEffekt and Captain Green's sake that it was a shorter route.
What if it's, I don't know, I think that was the first at Blue Wizard room. What if you had to bomb either left or right out of that? It's logically. The diamond staircase room that I barely got through the second time?
Yeah, good luck with that, right?
Yeah, you're not going to bomb out of that, so... I mean, logically, that's technically possible to be in logic. Good luck, but, you know.
I guess the other possibility is maybe you had to go through Ganon if you didn't clip.
Yeah, Jake Hopper, I actually never got into 8. I just died. The Armos, for whatever reason, I was stupid with the Armos and died. So I never got into level 8. And this spiral staircase here for RandomEffekt that he just got into. What a jerk room.
Yeah,
wow,
surprise,
that was a clutch dodge
Wallmaster.
there. That Wallmaster was right on it.
Wow, the one hitbox.
Yeah, gotta love it. Unless you're fighting Dark Nuts and it slings one right into your face.
Right? Yeah, that's always the worst. It's like, yep, I'm good, and you do the little fling thing, and then, you walk right into it, and you're like, well, that's great. Alright, so it's gonna come down to level 9 here. This is gonna be awesome.
Yep. RandomEffekt gonna clean out these Wallmasters and pick up his Triforce. Unless he picks up the clock!
Oh.
Okay, there it
we go.
is.
So we have a race. If RandomEffekt makes the right call and goes on the right path, he could beat Captain Green to the punch and make a comeback here. And I believe he does know where level 9 is, because he's been there already. He was the first one to find level 9.
I mean, Green's in the right place if you go up. But that room, man, I just, ugh.
It's a bit of a deterrent.
And I'm pretty sure, well, I mean, the only way to get over to Ganon would have been to clear out that one room I didn't want to clear with the right-handed staircase, the corridor stair. So I'm glad she wasn't over there.
You did locate Ganon at one point, I take it.
He is at the very top. He's in the L column at the very top. The only way to get there would be to go left, I think, in the room that Captain Green was just in.
Random got sandwiched.
Yeah, Zora ball on one side, cabbage on the other. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Yeah, that's a nasty, nasty screen to deal with. So, yeah, never tried bombing right out of Patra's room, which technically would have gone straight into Zelda's room. So that could be the alternate direction. Or right out of the room below that. No, the right below that is this corridor staircase. So there is the possibility of bombing right out of that Patra room in the north in the E column that could take you to Zelda. But I don't know. I didn't try. Of course, I think I was also at one bomb at that point, and there was nothing to force bombs off of. It was terrible.
Yeah, no kidding. When you went into level 9, I said, "May he never come out again." But obviously, after that death, you thought better of it and realized that
the room that the diamond that Captain Green was just in. You can bomb south out of that, and I did, and I died. And I think that the room that I died in is the room that's also right above Zelda's room, which you could technically possibly bomb south into her room. So I was right there twice and took the hard way. So you never know.
Well, just by the virtue of playing these flag sets, everybody in it is taking the hard way. So.
Like last night, right? On the weekly, I played swordless for 40 minutes because I'm like, who needs a sword? So I don't play hardly anything during the week anymore. So this is what I played the most. And so I finally found the white sword last night in level 4, and I found the wood sword almost at the end of the game looking for a level. So it's like, yeah, just play swordless. Who cares?
Yeah,
we had a little bit of sync action. These guys are right next to each other here. This is getting intense. Who's going to be the first one to find Zelda?
Such a great question.
Or in RandomEffekt's case, Link.
Oh, fair point. And Captain Green taking a death.
Could be costly or could point him in the right direction.
I want to make
level 9.
one specific point. I have made the finals without pause.
You're trying to debunk the pause strats.
Yes, sir. Select swap is the only way.
I'm on team select swap simply because I don't like accidentally using items when I'm shuffling through. That's my fault, though.
My biggest problem is I'm so used to it, and I think Panzer Dave will back me up on this, that I will lose like 3 minutes over the course of a run hitting pause and not understanding why I can't swap to bombs or something. I'm so used to it that I'll just sit there and hit it, and I'm like, why am I not going to bombs? Oh, this room sucks. I wanted those bombs in there so bad, but I just... I said nope. Wonder where this staircase goes. Who knows? This could be it.
The dead center of level 9.
And
oh my god. Oh man, if you go up and right, or up and left, that's Zelda's room too. Man, there's so many options.
She was right above the eyeball, was she not?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's another possible path. Now I got to her so quick I didn't check. I don't think there was an actual door to her room. I think you had to bomb in from all 4 directions. So that makes it super difficult in these flags because you're more likely to try to go to a door and conserve bombs whenever you're going through these. And as you see Captain Green having no bombs, I don't know that there's a way he can replenish without finding a 4-drop.
Yeah.
And of course, Captain Green finding the red candle. We do not know the other item in 9 because we're still missing the item out of 7.
We'll just assume it's the book.
Well, it's either the book or the red ring, neither of which are helpful. So in this case, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, that's the danger of leaving like I did. I got sniped on the way over there by a moblin, so I had to go all the way. I mean, luckily 3's close enough to whistle to, but it's such a time loss to leave, and you got a rock screen and then moblins. Like, it's not good.
Yeah, I mean, the beauty of it was there was that bomb shop right outside, but then the detriment of it was that watch out for those fireballs.
And there were a lot of bomb walls in this one too. I mean, there were. It's just frustrating that way. And then never found the Zelda hint or the Ganon hint.
Yeah. We haven't
Yeah, I
seen
think
anywhere.
the only hint we found was the silver arrow hint, but that's completely useless because you already have those.
Yeah, and it's not even required.
Speaking of bombs, also, how about that nice pricey bomb upgrade?
Yeah, I had enough. The only thing I was sad is I had less money for silver arrows, but this was such a bomb or a money-rich seed that I didn't care. 2 bombs is huge. I mean, I still ran out, but if I hadn't had those 2, then it would have been even worse. But yeah, it's never nice to get 2, but in Swordless, every little bit helps. Not sure why Captain Green did not pick up the 4-pack.
Yeah, that is a common question right now, I believe.
All right, so can you go? You can't. Okay, so I died in this room. If you can bomb out of the straight below is Zelda. So that's unfortunate that he didn't have bombs. But I died in that room walking in there trying to go down and bomb because, you know, blue whiz ropes.
Yeah.
And it's a spike room, so you even have less room to maneuver. And there's, you know, all the other crap jogging around in there. I think there's fireballs too, so, you know, fun room.
Gets the bombs, but takes a death for it.
Worth it, though, at that point. A death is a death, but trying to go through level 9 without bombs is a fate worse than death in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, again, the hardest part that for this night is there's nothing to get bombs off of. You can build up a count, kind of, but you know, off the pulse voice. But what are you going to force off of? If you could find a Gibdo in a room, you could do that, or the Stalfo. So I suppose if you really wanted to, you could right here by start, you could go farm those 3 and then bomb and get a bomb drop. But you know, it's just there's nothing to get bombs off of. And here's Ari, he's running around with no bombs, and you can't get to Zelda without a bomb. That's true, Jacob. You could bomb keys and shoot Pole's voice. I forgot about that. So fantastic tip for Mr. Coper, the Swordless King in chat.
Yeah, we've been blessed with some wonderful helpers in chat tonight. Both in commentary, observations, tracking, just overall knowledge. It's taken a village to raise these idiots in this race.
Here it is. God, if Ari can just get through that room, and he's gonna pass. Oh, it's so sad because he hasn't gone down
But he
yet.
doesn't have bombs, so it doesn't matter.
Well, but there's bombs in that room, which I did not get because to slink through, you can't quite get onto that tile. But there are bombs in that room, which is always tempting. But then, oh, actually, no, wait. I did not bomb into her room. I killed Orange Wizrobes. Open a shutter door.
That's right. I remember that now.
And
Which-
then your ladder clipped.
Yeah. Which technically, you could get those if you stand in the bottom door and get the right pattern. You could clear the Orange Wizrobes with 2 bombs. But, man, that's rough. I forgot. I guess so it wasn't a bomb. It's even worse. You have to use 2 bombs.
Yeah, they were beefy.
Oh my gosh, can he bomb left? That's a patch room! Oh god! You're just like, no, I don't want to do it!
Yeah, Patra's an instant turn-off.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And Ari not having arrows is even worse. You gotta clear these bunnies.
Oh, there's our meat block in level 9.
Yeah.
I thought about buying meat, and I didn't do it. And then, you know, that's one of those things you could come back to really bite you quick.
Apparently Captain Green had it.
Wizrobes guard the compass. Oh, that's just mean. Also, shout out to the crew. Shout out to our fans from Randomania 1 who are coming in here right now.
Hello, friends.
Yeah, let's see how many rooms have Wizrobes. So 35 possible rooms contain the compass. Good luck.
Have fun with that.
Yeah,
for you folks just tuning in.
Good luck.
Yeah, for those of you just tuning in, our Ategenos here just has already finished up his race. He is our first place winner, while Captain Green and RandomEffekt are very close to the end. Swordless one-hit KO, meaning if you take a single hit, no matter how much health you have, you are dead. So it has been chaos, and yet both of our runners here, RandomEffekt and Captain Green, are both on their last search. They are just trying to find Zelda, or Link in RandomEffekt's case. Whoever finds the kidnap first is going to win this and move on to the finals. And there's the book!
Oh, he wanted that to be a staircase so badly. That is the worst feeling in level 9. It's like, please just be a staircase, and it's an item.
So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we can give the full item rundown. So here we go, folks. As we know, for those who just tuned in, for those who've been here since the beginning, you know that the Armos item was technically the white sword, but since this is a swordless one, it was replaced with bombs. Coast item was the wand. White sword item was the raft. Level 1 had the power bracelet and the bow. Level 2, the ladder. Level 3, the boomerang. Level 4, the heart container. Level 5, the recorder. Level 6, the silver arrows. Level 7, now we can confirm, is the red ring. Level 8 had the magic key and the magic boomerang. And level 9 has the red candle and the book.
Amidst that rundown, we saw RandomEffekt trying to dip and dodge around in that blue wizrobe room that had the bomb pack. Proved to be unsuccessful.
Pause strats have its place, but I think rooms like that, that's not it. Maybe if you're Saber, but he does weird things with pause strats, like he enters a new dimension or something. I'm not quite sure. I don't know why Ari's not killing the Gyptos hoping for a bomb drop, but some like those rooms, like the ones with the blue wizards, I feel like you just have to do it and be able to move. Because if you pause, you're gonna second guess something when it needs to just be a natural reaction, or you're never gonna be able to do it. That's my take. That's the hot take for the evening from Ategenos. Pause sucks. Alright, so Ari's back in this, but he doesn't have bombs, so it doesn't do him any good whatsoever. Oh, what a crappy reverse C that was.
Eesh.
Captain Green's in the room! Can he do it?
Oh, he just got to get past those red wizrobes, and he's got it.
I think he's got it.
It's tricky, though. These wizrobes can be killer.
Well played.
All right, he's got through. Now he's just got to make that clip.
He's got to get up there. Just great. He's going to grab the bombs, goes to the room, and ladies and gentlemen, there it is, Captain Green. Gonna burst open those robes, and he's gonna finish with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 54 seconds!
And the first person to be excited about that was RandomEffekt.
I'm telling you, that is the best part of this entire Battle Royale, has been the reactions in chat for people who lose.
It's like, thank God.
Oh, my lord, it's finally over. RandomEffekt says he's gonna play a few more minutes, but I think at this point he's about done as we are.
Yeah, he can play for a few more minutes, but he'll probably want some bombs. So it was really, you just had to get north in that blue wizrobe room with the diagonal blocks.
Yeah, but I mean that is not the proper way. So there is another way. It's either right out of that Patra room or that reverse C room, which is also a Patra room north of it, which is funny, or maybe be able to bomb out of the reverse C, because that would take you into the actual T room. But it would have to be one of those options. None of which are fun because they're Patras and wizrobes, so, you know, no matter what you do, she's surrounded by crab.
Yeah. The vastly superior method was to fight Fight Red Wizrobe swordless, and ladder clip, which tells you everything you need to know about the other ways to go.
Did you see RE in the middle of that diamond with the Patra? That was amazing. That was amazing. And he doesn't have bombs. It's so frustrating because if you bomb out, if you have to be able to bomb left out of one of these rooms, bomb north or south out of the room above her, which is also garbage because it's a spike room with wizrobes.
Thanks.
And ladies and gentlemen, RandomEffekt has officially forfeited from the race. He is done. And Captain Green is joining us here in the channel. And once he unmutes his mic, we can talk with him here. Or, yeah, Captain Green, let us know when you're ready here. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the race. My lord, what a nightmare seed. I would not want to play this. I will tell you that flat out.
Yeah, no thanks. Certainly much more fun to watch, and watch we will next week. HN, you and Captain Green, one-on-one in the finals here of Flesh Wound. Taking up the mantle proudly here on Monday nights. One more time, how about it?
I think Captain Green's having some trouble. Make sure you're on push to talk or check some stuff there. Here, let me bring RandomEffekt in. Actually, no, I don't have that ability. There we go. RandomEffekt joining us here in the channel. RandomEffekt, GG, my friend.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Congratulations.
The sweet
Yeah,
release.
Yeah, I pretty much knew I was hosed when the ladder was in 2. I went in there without any bombs the first time, or I think I had no bombs the first time I went in there, so I grabbed the Triforce and left because you needed a bomb. And I found the hint in 5. I found the hint in 5 about, I don't know, in 50 minutes, an hour in or something like that. I was like, oh, wonderful. And it was just laying on the ground. I made a gamble. I had so much else to do and clear, and I just never went back there once I had the Triforce.
To be fair, you actually caught up really quickly. Like you and Captain Green were neck and neck the whole time. Speaking of, Captain Green finally joining us here at the channel proper. Captain Green, GG to you.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Finally got the mic working.
Happens to the best of us, my friend. So, to both of you, how are you guys feeling after that?
I'll let you answer. I already kind of answered.
Yeah, that was a thing. At level 9, I was feeling okay until I saw HN finish. I'm like, oh my god, like, I assumed maybe it would be kind of an easier 9, and then I was completely wrong. So
9 was terrible. HN just happened to be there 20 minutes before you guys.
Yeah, GG HN. That was a really good time.
It was a lot of luck. I needed bombs the first time I was in that diagonal room, and I tried to get them and died. And the second time, I'm like, all right, whatever, let's try this. I have nowhere else to go, and I got through by like pixels. And it, there had to have been a way. There were Patras on either side of her, and I never tried bombing through either of those. I actually never got to the reverse C room. So you could either bomb left out of the reverse C room, left out of the Patra room that was above it, right out of the Patra room on her west side, or south out of the, there was a spike, like if you took the very first diamond staircase that had the land molas and then went west and then bombed south, there was that single block room with the traps and wizrobes. You could have bombed south out of there too. So it could have been like a 5-room 9 possibly.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Definitely did not happen.
Question we posed to Ategenos earlier, just either one of y'all just walk us through how your mindset changes in one of these races when one screen north of start you find out that the item you so desperately seek is hanging out on the coast, so you gotta find that ladder.
It actually helps out, to be honest, because then you know. I mean, it's kind of like you're going after the wand, yes, but at least you know if you found ladder, you immediately have the wand. So it's like you don't have to. If it's another item that leads to the wand. I don't know if it really matters overall, but it was nice to know that it's just right there and right near start. I always don't like the coast though, because it's pretty dangerous in this flag set. So you saw me; I had to regenerate the screen one time to get there to the wand. I don't think it's not demoralizing or anything like that. It's actually, I think, fine.
Yeah, it was just more of a question of like how that affects your play going forward.
It just changes the item I'm looking for.
Yeah, it certainly helped that you guys had candles and such in abundance right near the start as well. Kind of helped move the early parts of the seed along, but then we all hit that wall until it was really able to be opened up with the ladder and thusly the wand.
Did you get what was your ladder time, Genos?
Really early.
Yeah, I figured. What about you, Captain?
He got it shortly after.
Yeah, it felt pretty early to me too.
Oh wow. Okay. Damn. All right. Well.
Yeah. For Agent and Captain Green, RandomEffekt did not find the ladder until he had gotten the hint for it in level 5.
It was at least an hour.
I think I had it like 18 minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Like it wasn't very long.
Yeah. I just made a gamble. I didn't, like I said, I didn't have bombs. I got the Triforce, and that was my first dungeon completed. So I was like, all right, I still got tons more to do, and I don't have a hint that it's in here, so I might as well just leave and go find some other things. Because I wasn't about to like go bombing when I only had a blue candle. Even like go bombing in there, I don't know, just didn't feel right.
Now, to be fair, I died on the screen 8 was on, and that was my last dungeon to find. So I did not have the any key until way late. And I actually had max rupees and bought arrows and 2 keys on the start screen. And that probably is what saved the seed for me, because I actually went to 1 key and 0 keys after finding keys many times before I found the any keys. So that was what would have screwed me up, is if I hadn't bought keys. But there was so much money in the seed, you don't have to buy anything pretty much. So I bought keys, and it ended up working out for me.
I bought the hints, but that's one thing that was really beneficial to me. I got the any key at like 15 minutes. I got the hint that it was in 8, and then I found 8, and I was like, oh, okay, this is 8, and I knew that right away. And I was like, I'm just gonna see if I can find the any key, and I went like 4 rooms or something like that and found the any key. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm done.
Right.
I'm gonna go explore some more. So that was really that was beneficial. But other than that, I just couldn't get it going early enough. Did anybody find the red candle?
Level 9.
It was in 9.
Wonderful, great. I never found the item in 7. I knew what was in 6, but I never found the silvers, and that was it.
Here, let me give you the full, because I still have it up. Let me give you the full item rundown, because we did confirm all the item locations. We know Armos item was technically the white sword, even though it wasn't, because we're not in this run. Coast item was the wand, obviously. White sword was the raft. Level 1 had the power bracelet and the bow. Level 2 had the ladder. Level 3 had Lord Banana. Level 4 had the coast heart. Level 5 had the recorder. Level 6 had the silver arrows. Level 7, by process elimination, was the red ring. That's what was hiding there. Level 8 had, of course, the magic key and the magic boomerang. And level 9 had the red candle and the ever so lovable book.
At least, I guess in this seed, you can't have the wand in level 9, but at least like the wand wasn't behind anything super nasty. With the red candle in 9 and the wand being behind something really nasty, it can get pretty brutal.
Yeah, at the same time, I hate, especially when you start the screen below, walking up and be like, there's the wand, good luck finding the ladder.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it just changes what you were... I mean, I want to find the ladder anyway, so like it just changes what you're searching for. You're still trying to find an item. I don't know.
Well, real talk, guys. Y'all can keep this going. I gotta duck out. I would do my usual, favorite restream channel, all that jazz. I love you all. thanks for letting me be a part of this. I'll see y'all again next week, 8gen and Captain Green. It's been my pleasure, and y'all talk amongst yourselves and roll on out of here when you're ready, I guess. But GG's to y'all, and I'll see you next week.
Have a good night, Liquid.
Later.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, I think it is about time for us to wrap things up here. So one last question before we do. Captain Green, Ategenos, you guys got your big finals coming up next week. What are you guys hoping to find?
Armos item wand.
It's going to be the red ring, obviously, but I don't know. I'll be I really enjoy these flags, but at the same time, I'm really ready for them to be over.
Yeah, same here. It's been fun, but it's good we're at the final now.
Yeah. Understandable there. Well, gentlemen, thank all of you guys. GG for a fantastic race. Folks, give these guys one last GGs in the chat. I think they've deserved it. Make sure you give Ategenos, CaptianGreen7, and RandomEffekt a follow here on Twitch. Just to make sure you keep up with all their work, especially with the races yet to come. And make sure you give follow to all the Randomania channels, Randomania 1 through 4. We got a lot of races coming up, as you can see here on screen. We've got the schedule lined up. Tomorrow, we've got the Super Mario Land 2 Randomizer League race. We've got that going on at 1 p.m. We also have a Zelda, the next one of our other Battle Royales at 7 p.m. You don't want to miss that on that. 8 p.m. we've got the Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament going on at 8 over on Randomania 3. 9 p.m. we have a Zelda 2 Max Rando Tournament race happening at over on Randomania 1. At the same time, we also have 2 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament races happening on Randomania 2 and probably Randomania 4 as well, given that we've got 2 races at the same time. But it's a quad race. My mistake. Quad race going on Randomania 2. You don't want to miss out on that. And of course, all of that and more coming up. So don't miss out on that. Make sure you also give a shout out to our restreamer, Norastra, who's kept us going. Our tracker, Lori D. Bunnykins, always awesome working with her. And of course, as you heard my commentator, Liquid Husband, don't want to miss him as well. But on behalf of everyone here in the Randomania family, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. My name is The Shades, and we will see you guys next time. Rock on!